Yeah, they're 93.
Afternoon, everyone. Just the usual reminders for everyone. We are doing this two sections. The first one's for immediate use. The second one is for 10:30 this evening. As the last few weeks, we're doing this split, so there are people in the room, also people on Zoom at home. So we'll do people in the room first, and then we'll throw over to people on Zoom. David, we'll start with you.
Hello there.
Hello.
So it's been a week when you've been trying to get over the defeat to Chelsea. Has it been a week of long, deep discussions, or is it a situation with football where you just kind of have to move on? How's it been?
Well, we have, always, to analyze the game, find hopefully the right analyze and find the right words for the players, and when you know how we want to work here, then it's not about make some noise, it's about find the arguments and the answers for the questions. This is what interesting me more. And we have to show on Saturday we found some answers for how we want to especially defend. And we have the next strong opponent on the weekend coming to us, and hopefully we show a different face.
I mean, you do have some experience in bouncing back from defeats. How can you use that for the next game?
Yeah, you get this experience when you are manager of this football club, and you have definitely had these moments in this time when we were working together. And it's important. It's still a lot to win this season. We have still a very good situation with 36 points. It's very tight in the middle of the table, and important is that we find back to the basics, to the fundamentals, and this was the goal for the week.
Is it a situation where you're thinking about making kind of wholesale changes, or these guys have done a pretty good job, certainly since Christmas. So, is that the dilemma that you've got now, whether you sort of stick with the guys or give them a chance?
Yeah, no, I think we always have to look what somebody offers during the week. We had a few good sessions so far this week, and not decided yet who gets the chance to play, yes.
But I guess Broja will come back into the reckoning, and it was a bit simplistic to say, you missed him a bit last week, but how much did you miss him? Is that a fair question?
Broja at best level is definitely a player that can help us, but important is that he also has to step up and find the way back to his best performances, like we all have to, and this is the goal for the weekend.
What about his situation moving forward into next season? Is there confidence that maybe he can stay here beyond the end of next season, or is that not going to happen?
Oh, we are not discussing this topic in a moment. We know the situation. We all know the situation in Chelsea, that there are a lot of changes there. It's in the moment not so easy to find the right person you talk to and to speak about futures from players. So it's maybe easier to concentrate on your job, to do a good job until the end of the season. That helps him, that helps us. The higher we end up in the table, the more attractive we are for all the players. And this is the goal for the last 7 games we have.
You mentioned the table there, and it is actually quite tight. Looking at it, a couple of wins and a whole different complexion, a couple of more defeats, and looking the other way. How do you see it there in the middle?
This is in the Premier League always the fact that wins make a big difference, and it's tough to win in the Premier League. So this is the key, and we all know that winning in the Premier League costs you some good performances, some outstanding performances, if you want, in some moments, and we have shown in the past that we can deliver this kind of football, and we have to show it now on the weekend again against a very good opponent, and it will be a tough game.
Yeah, Arsenal, you obviously looked at them in recent weeks, and they were 2 weeks ago flying high, doing very well. Now they've had 2 not so good results. How does that affect your preparation going to play?
They will have the same situation like we have if we want. They had also lost twice now and trying to find answers. I mean, you see how tough it is also for them. They have a different target. They have to come in, or they want to come in the Champions League and have some injury problems now. What they feel, I think, and still a team that is also on the way up. I think they did a good job this season so far. Young team, and like always with young teams, you see that there are some ups and downs, and for us it's important to cause them some issues, because if you don't, then it's easy for them to win games.
Do you think there's a chance they might just have that little bit more to play for?
Oh, we also have to play a lot for. I think we have our target this season is to have a top 10 finish. I mean, it would be the first time since 5 or 6 years that we are in this level, and the chances this season there definitely is a big goal for us, and we want to go, and but therefore we need to win from these 7 games, minimum 3 or 4, because otherwise there's no chance to go there. Hello.
If you can please share with us the team news, any fitness concerns end of the weekend?
Until yesterday we had everybody fit. Today we had one or two smaller issues in the session, but so far nothing what I can say that's a problem for the weekend.
And after the defeat last weekend, how important was that the mental, the psychological preparation ahead of Arsenal?
Yeah, it's always a psychological preparation, because when you speak about the game plan and about the things you have done wrong in the last game, then it's very often about some issues with some players, or with some movements, or some group tactical things we have to discuss during the week, and very often it is then that you have a different challenge on the next weekend. This weekend I think we have again a top team coming to us, and we want to find back the way to be a more resilient team, not conceding goals so easily, and still not being passive, because this is we will still stick to our philosophy.
Despite the fact they lost 2 in a row, how impressed have you been with Arsenal season so far?
Yeah, I think they had a tough start, then a flying high time where they were really doing well. Then they had a lot of games being cancelled, lost a little bit of rhythm, found the rhythm back, and now again, when it's about stepping in this top 4, you see how difficult it is and how tough it is. They're up front, winning every week. This is also for them not so easy. But we have our things to look at, and not so much concentrating on the opponent.
And how would you assess now, when you look at the squad, the result, the chances of finishing in the top 10 this season?
Yeah, it would be a massive achievement for us, definitely. But the chance is there. As long as the chance is there, we have to fully concentrate on this and on our performance. And when we play like we have played over Christmas and afterwards, I think against the top teams also took the points there. Then it is possible. If we don't find a way back to this level, then we have no chance.
Thank you.
Ralph, you talked about analysing what happened last week to improve for this week. So what did you decide was wrong? Because briefly we talked on Saturday night about players not pressing together like you normally do. Was that the biggest problem for you, that without the ball you didn't perform?
No, we can speak about the goals we conceded. I think it's very often small margins. We have similar situations where we do it slightly different and it perfectly works. And it's only about one angle of attack what can be a little bit different, and suddenly the whole situation looks completely different. And these details, I think, against such a top team, and you could see during the week that it is a top team. When you look at a game and they played in Madrid, I think they can also score their 5-4 goals. And this shows you how tough it is to defend against such a team when they are on fire. And I think they have a good week. But yeah, we showed in some moments that we can do it well, but when you then concede, the second goal was a little bit, I think, the killer for us. A shot from outside the box through 3 legs in the long corner, where we are behind the ball and nothing normally happens anymore. And then he finds the back of the net in such a shot. That was really a hard punch for us. After changing the shape, we make 2 own goals, if you want, with 2 simple ball losings in our half. What is against such a team not possible? And then the game is gone. The 2 goals we conceded in the second half were making me more angry, because we had no closing and not running back, and this is a little bit of giving up, and this is what I was very harsh on the guys, because this shouldn't happen. But the rest is about finding the way to a more compact and more organized behavior against the ball. This is always our key. We know that we have 1-against-1, are confronted in the league with amazing world-class players, and we can only defend them in some moments when we are helping each other better, like we did in the last game. So this is the goal for the future now, and we know this, and there's nothing what we cannot find back.
A lot of the success of this season of staying away from the bottom end of the table has been based upon your excellent home form. Of course, the last month, the defeats have come at home. It always adds more pressure because you're in front of your own fans. And I was surprised how sort of angry the fans were, given where you are on the table on Saturday night. How determined are the players to respond to last Saturday, to show their fans back at St Mary's against Arsenal that they are not that team?
I was not surprised that they are angry about us. When you are in the halftime 4-0 down, what do you expect from them? So I think it was not good enough performance, so it's understandable. I think, you see how tough it is in the Premier League and there's not about home or away. We have shown home perfect performances, away very good ones with wins. In general, we still concede too many goals, and this is what we have to stop, because it is not always possible to score 2 or more goals to win a game, and this is what we have to accept. And this is something we have to quickly change.
I thought the Crystal Palace performance against Arsenal in their recent game at Palace was full of the sort of intensity you like in a team. They pressured Arsenal on the ball, and they made it very difficult for Arsenal. Have you got similar qualities? You're fighting with Palace to one of those teams in the middle of the table to finish in the top half of the table. Can you impose yourselves on Arsenal like they did if things go well?
No, it's never good to concentrate on a similarity of we have to play only like them, and then you win. This is not working in the football. You know this. We have different kinds of players. They have other physicality. They have other behaviors. It's not that easy. When you speak about the intensity of the game, I must say they defended most of the time in their own half. Palace had a first goal from a set piece, what definitely helps you in such a moment to go in the lead, and the second goal from a big mistake in their defense where they played in front, and then a penalty, I think, was the third one. I mean, they did a good job against them, definitely, and Arsenal had really struggled to create chances. It's not so easy in football to say, okay, we have to play like them and that's it. No, they also analyze their games and find solutions, and it's always about who has the better game plan, who finds the better solutions for this day, who scores in the right moment, and we have to be with all the force we put in this week. We have to be the more willing team to win this game, and this is what I think we have to show, because this is the reaction everybody expects from us.
Just finally, if I can, they're 3 young forwards we all like watching. Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli have been terrific this season. How do you deal with them? Because people don't focus on Lacazette because he's not scoring lots of goals. They focus on the 3 youngsters. Terrific talents, aren't they?
Yeah, but as you said, Lacazette was always the player who was very strong against us, so they have always qualities up front, and to defend them you need to be good committed, and to have also the right pressing line, the right height of the back four, and when you have this, then it's for every team tough to score goals. But I think we have shown, especially in the first 15 minutes against them in the away game, that we can definitely cause them some issues. Then we made one mistake and they played with one touch through our lines and scored the first goal. And it was a little bit too easy, I think. And we know that it is a good team, and when you're not doing it perfect, they can definitely stress you. So we have to find a way where we have a good balance, what we need to.